Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwantner and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today we have the pleasure of meeting with Judy Robinett, and she is the author of a wonderful book called How to Be a Power Connector. Judy, can you explain in a nutshell what is the power of connections and what is the value of that?
So the power of connections is that you can make things happen, either for your personal life or your professional life. I find that most people are in the wrong room, and so it's critical to have a network that will deliver. And this is really true when you try to find funding or you try to find the right sales deal.
In your book, you described that your connections are worth billions of dollars. Can you explain that?
I think I have now 10 billionaires in my Rolodex. And, you know, I grew up in Idaho. I knew no one of money, power, and influence, but just through my work and the principles that I've learned through the many years, I've learned how to connect to power and influence. I talk how critical quality relationships are. For instance, last year I was contacted by a friend of mine who had an individual in China that was looking for $1 billion to invest. And so every week I have people calling me trying to figure out how to get funding for their companies. And so I end up being an intermediary, kind of a matchmaker in some of these what I call inefficient markets.
Give me the 3 reasons why salespeople need to read your book from cover to cover.
Number 1, I think the world has massively changed. Now with the social web and things like LinkedIn, where 300 million people are on that, it's absolutely critical. With the changes in the economy, number 2 means you've got to change your own strategy. I think old school networking is dead, so it's really important. And number 3 is I've got just great stuff in there, statistics, case studies, people that I use. And I tell you how. It isn't just fluff of tactical solutions. It actually will help you.
What are the mistakes that salespeople make most commonly when it comes to networking, besides being in the wrong room?
The common one I see is really not expanding their network, having a big enough vision. So I find, again, people are going to the same events. They belong to the same groups, and it's like that quote, if you keep doing what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got.
How do you develop that authenticity that's necessary for people to come to you and to trust so you can keep them?
You get back to people, take them to lunch, call them on the phone, send something that would be crucial, that would be helpful to them, immediate value that you can add. And those little things pretty soon lead to trust. And people do business with people they like. I very soon found that most people are more worried about themselves, and that if I focused on them, if I focused on really listening, pay attention, finding out who they were, talking to them about their pets, their kids, their hobbies, then suddenly that's a way that you can immediately get to know someone, listen, show them that you're a real person. One of the things I will often do is, you know, I'll tell a joke about myself. I often tell people I'm a cross between Mormons and Southern Baptist hillbillies, and people just laugh, and it probably tells a bit about my, you know, my personality. And so you just really work at being open, at being real. You start from the premise 95% of the people in the world are good people. There are 5%, I call them bad actors in my book, or you know, they're like bloodsuckers or psychopaths. You know, there are people like that, and you can watch for those red flags. And the first one that people are really aware of is lack of empathy, and those people you stay away from. So I often tell people, look for a good head, you know, gravitas, a thought leader, and good character, good head, heart, and gut.
It's good insight. Well, thank you so much. Everybody in sales needs to read this book. I've read it, I love it, and I really enjoyed every second of this interview. Thank you, Judy.
Thank you very much.